Hi, welcome to my channel, Look 10 Years Younger. So I've hit 10,000 subscribers, which is amazing. So thanks very much for that. And as promised, I'm going to answer all your questions in this Q&A video. So I'm just going to go through all the questions from Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. And I'm definitely going to get to your question if you've asked one. Starting off with George Kirkby, who says, when did you decide to become passionate about anti-aging? I don't think you decide to become passionate about anything. I think you either have an interest and a passion or you don't. So it's just, I've always been interested in health and skincare and stuff like that. And it just made sense when I was younger, like in my 20s and 30s, to take care of my skin and protect my skin from aging, just from a health aspect. So I suppose I started being interested mid-20s. Next question from Shield H, who asks, which jobs have you had or have? I've had so many jobs. If I list them all, you'd think I was making it up. You'd think I was crazy. But I left school and I trained as a hairdresser, first of all. Then I got into makeup. Then I went back into education and I got a degree. Then I was a model in Italy. And while I was there, I started doing hair and makeup on session shoots. Came back to London and I did that. Then I did sales and I worked at the airport, and I tried to get into TV presenting, and I was quite interested in dancing as well. I tried to get into that, but they didn't really work out. I worked as an estate agent for a bit of time. I sold property. I did a job in an IT company doing quality control. I did a bit of retail. Now I design furniture. That's my current job. So I probably haven't even included everything on the list because I've done so many things. Next question from Beauty Pageant Vlog by Maurice. And she's talking about the Tripolar machine. Can I use aloe vera gel? Up until recently, I'd say, yeah, you can use any kind of like Anagel or any kind of aloe vera or any kind of body gel. But recently I realised that the jar of gel that they provide with the Tripolar machine doesn't contain water. So that means it works with the machine so it can, get to the optimal temperature. So if you use something with water, maybe it's going to stop you getting to that optimal temperature and, getting the best results from the machine. So I'd say stick with the gel that they give you when you buy the machine. Don't use aloe or any other gel, even though I've advised you to in the past. Next question by Janet Phone. Have you used the Tour Trend? Do you know how it compares with the microcurrent machines you use? With the Tour, you can see the muscles contract. Yeah, I've seen the Tour Trend on Amazon. It's not actually available here in the UK, but it looks like quite an old machine compared to the newer ones. And when you say you can see the muscles contract, that means it's not microcurrent. So you need to turn the setting right down, because microcurrent should not be making the muscles twitch or contract. If they are, then that is electric muscle stimulation, which is facial toning. That's not microcurrent. So microcurrent, you can't feel anything. You can feel like a slight, how can I describe it? Slight feeling, slight sensation, but it's not like your muscles are twitching. Next question from Molly 15098. Theoretically, can HIFU contour the nose? Oh, you'd have to ask a doctor. I'm not really sure, but the shape of your nose is due to the bone underneath. So HIFU is only working on the tissue. So even if you could tighten some of the tissue, I don't know whether that would change the shape of your nose radically. And also HIFU, depending on what the setting is, it's aiming to get to the smaz layer, which is what a doctor would lift when they do a facelift. So I don't even know whether the smaz goes over your nose. So can't answer that very well, I'm afraid. Next question from DC. So this is when I did the HIFU video and I tested it on my friend and I did it on my dad as well to see whether it worked. She said, I can definitely see a difference on your dad's face, even if you don't. I would really like to see more of these tests. Yeah, I couldn't really see much of a difference and neither could he. So, yeah, I mean, he wasn't that keen using the machine anyway, so I don't know whether he'd want to do more tests, but yeah, I know it's interesting not to just see me using it on myself, but to see whether it works on other people. So yeah, I probably will do more of that in the future. Next question from Kevin Hanley. Not many look as young as you at 45. I'm 44 at the end of the year. Thank you very much. Probably not many do all the stuff that I do with diet and supplements and healthy stuff. So, you know, thank you very much. David Corku says, could you possibly make a video about sunscreen application just to clarify specifically how much sunscreen you would apply and the method you would apply? I think each company is different and you need to look at the packaging or the website for the brand that you buy. So I use Ultrasun, and inside the box when you buy it they've got the instructions. So they say a finger's length of the cream would be for your face and your neck. But obviously, you know, you need to go by whatever brand it is, but use more rather than less is my rule for sunscreen. Next question is from April Ross. She says, how often should I use radiofrequency to lose fat in my lower face? I did a video about fat loss and radiofrequency, which was basically saying, you know, one of the bad consequences from using radiofrequency on your face is that you can get fat loss, and that's very aging. So I was saying that fat loss is a bad thing, but a lot of you have been messaging saying, oh, my face is fat, I want to lose fat using radiofrequency, and that's not really why I made that video. So yeah, there's a potential that you can lose fat in your face if you use radiofrequency. I would say when you use these home machines, they're not that powerful. It's not like going to a salon and having that done in a salon. So I doubt they can really get rid of that much fat. And I did try it on my own belly as well, if you watch that video, and it didn't really make that much difference, and it's messy and it takes ages. So I'm not sure you would lose that much fat from a home use device. And the other thing is, so you didn't say how old you are, but when I see people in their 20s saying, oh, my face is so fat and I want to lose fat, the thing is, when you get to 45, you will want that fat because you lose all this natural fat in your face and you get all gaunt as you get older. So I really don't advise anyone in their 20s or early 30s to try to get rid of that fat. I don't want to sound patronizing like it's puppy fat, but when you get older, that fat will make you look youthful. Next question. Wilma Burr Gooch Rockstar. Link below on your other videos on vitamins. I can never find the ones you recommend. Do you know what? When I do a link under the video, I use something called Genius Link. And what that does, it combines all the different Amazon websites all over the world. And that link, when you click on it, will go to your local Amazon site. So that saves me putting like 20 different links for each country. So if you click on the link and it says nothing comes up, it means that particular product isn't available in your country. So it's not that the link is broken, it's just that, you know, you can't buy it in your country. So that may be why. Message from Brian McNary. 7 days free of added sugar. I finally feel good. I quit alcohol, coffee, cannabis, porn, tobacco, and finally sugar. What a struggle, but so worth it. You should try steel cut oatmeal. It's much better than any wheat products. Yeah, I tried cutting wheat, you know, going gluten free for a few weeks quite recently. Didn't really make any difference to me. So, but yeah, I can understand to a lot of people it would. A message from The Girl Can Cook 07. Are you wearing makeup? I don't wear makeup. I'm not really a fan of makeup on men. I mean, you do you if you want to wear it, but personally I don't really like that look, and I'm too lazy to wear makeup. Sometimes I wear the Ultrasun SPF 50 tinted sunscreen, so it doesn't look like makeup, it just gives a bit of colour to my skin, but I'm wearing that primarily for sun protection, not to give colour to my skin. Next question is from Miami Sammy. Do you wash your face after using NuFace, and do you do this in the mornings? So NuFace is a microcurrent device that I reviewed. Do I wash my face after? Yeah, you have to wash your face after because you use the NuFace gel or any kind of Microsoft gel. It contains salt and it can sting your skin, so you wouldn't want to go to bed with that. I usually use it in the evenings, and yes, I would wash that off my face before I go to bed, definitely. Next question is from admin user. Can you take NMN if you're in your mid to late 20s? When does NAD start to decline exactly? So I did a video about NMN, which is a supplement. So if you're in your 20s, I would be focused on enjoying life and living your life to the full and partying and going out, clubbing and staying up late and doing all the things you can get away with. I wouldn't worry too much about taking NAD in your 20s. You know, I think it's something you need to think about mid 30s maybe. And as to how much it declines, I guess it depends on the individual. You know, I don't think there's a scientific number, like when you hit 26, it will decline. Everyone's different, so maybe it would decline when you're 25 or 32. I don't really know about that, but don't stress, you know what I mean? Anti-aging, you know, be sensible with sunscreen in your 20s, but live your life and, you know, don't worry about anti-aging stuff until you're in your 30s, I would say. So, next question is from VAHO. Your eyes look amazing, thank you. Do you have any recommendations or treatments or creams? I don't use eye creams because that's just marketing, it's just a gimmick. So if you've got a moisturiser, there's no reason, if you can put it here where you can't put it here. You use less and you don't rub it, you just use your ring finger to kind of dab it on, but I don't use eye creams because it's just for marketing. So I just put whatever moisturiser I use under my eyes. Khan says, what do you think about ceramides? CeraVe seems quite popular. Could you do a video about this, including how to boost ceramides internally? Yes, I recently bought the CeraVe dry skin moisturising product. I'll try and find out which one it is exactly and I'll link it below. And it's got hyaluronic acid in it, which you don't normally find in kind of everyday body lotions. And I've been amazed by it. The only thing, it does contain mineral oil, and that is one of the I made a video about harmful ingredients in skincare, and mineral oil is one of those things that potentially could be not good for your body depending on how pure it is. But that product is amazing. It leaves my skin really soft. I've used it for about 3 weeks and I've been really impressed so far. Next question from Philip O. I like La Roche-Posay Anhydrous Ultralight Invisible Fluid Sun Cream. It fits in your pocket stroke bag really easily. It's very sheer and no white residue. All those La Roche, all those products, I did a video on sunscreens and they all leave a white cast on me. Maybe your skin is different, but unless it's tinted, it will leave a white cast. And even when it's tinted, sometimes it looks a really weird colour. So I have not found any sunscreen apart from the Ultra Sun Sport SPF 50, which doesn't leave a white cast, I'm afraid. But thanks for the recommendation. Next question, Matthew Irvin. So with microcurrent, do you feel anything? No, you shouldn't feel anything. You shouldn't feel any twitching or contractions in the muscle. You should feel a slight kind of like a buzzing sensation. I can't really explain it. Like, you should feel something very, very, a low sensation, but not twitching. Nothing is moving. If it's moving, that's not microcurrent. You need to turn it right down. Kieran Anwar says, you did a very good review on HIFU. I bought the black machine, but how do you refill it with water? Can you tell me, please? On the side of the HIFU machine, there's a sticker. It says, keep away from your eyes or something. If you peel back the sticker, there's a little hole where you put the injection in. It's really, I had to work out how to put that water in as well. It's not very well explained, but on the side, you just use that little hole and use the injection that they give you to put the water in. Next question, Anu R. How to make 1% hyaluronic acid serum and 10% hyaluronic acid serum? Which is more effective for microneedling? For microneedling, don't make your own, because like if you have microneedling done professionally in a salon, they will use like a, how can I say, a clinically sealed bacteria-free, you know, I don't know, you know when it's completely pure and it's sterilized hyaluronic acid, and they put it in your skin and then they run the machine over it. Because if you're making it yourself, there's potential of getting bacteria in that mixture, and then you're putting it on your skin and you're making holes and there's blood. You don't want to make your own hyaluronic acid if you're going to be doing, you know, that microneedling at home. I wouldn't advise that. And really, you can make it 1% or 2% at home. I've never heard of doing it 10%, because I think that the mixture might be too thick I don't think it'd be very easy to apply, but you just basically, if you've got 100 milligrams of water, then you'd put 1 milligram of hyaluronic acid powder. That's 1%. If you put 2 milligrams, that's 2% basically. So yeah, you can experiment, but the more I've tried, the more hyaluronic acid powder I've tried to mix in with water, the more difficult it was to apply the actual hyaluronic acid formula. Next question from Kevin Hanley. On the advice to my 21-year-old self video, you looked upset at the end of your video. I think you've dealt with a lot of rejection. I looked upset at the end of the video. I can't remember what I was looking upset about. I don't think I was that upset. Maybe it came across. That's the most personal video I've ever done on my channel. So I was being quite open in that video. Yeah, so maybe I look quite vulnerable. I think you've dealt with a lot of rejection. Yeah, I've dealt with rejection. I think everyone has to. You have to deal with it. By the time you get to 45, it's like whatever. It becomes less important as you age. Next question is from KGKK. Could you tell me the difference in effectivity between the Rio and the other micro machine? So the Rio 60-second facelift is EMS, electric muscle stimulation, and it basically makes your muscles contract. It's toning your muscles like exercise. Microcurrent doesn't make your muscles contract. Yeah, it just, you don't feel anything. So they're two different technologies working with different things. Microcurrent is kind of using your body's natural current, which is very low, to put all the muscles back into place. It's not toning anything. Next question from Spopati. What if you feel wiped out after a jog at 25-year-old? Oh, he's talking about the NMN video I did about the supplements. What if you feel wiped out after a jog at 25 years old? I need the energy I had when I was 8 years old. Yeah, definitely. Jade sorry, I can't pronounce your name, Strutinsky. Do you know if you can get this? She's talking about the NMN supplement as well. Or what else to get in place of it from Canada. Thanks for the videos. How is the HIFU machine going? Yeah, you can get it in, you can order it to be delivered in Canada. The company is called Do Not Age and they deliver all over the world. So yes, you can get it in Canada. The HIFU machine, I'm going to make an update review quite soon about the HIFU. It's going well. Next question from KGKK about the carer facelift, the carer review which I did. Wonderful video. Do you use the machine on maximum level and do you recommend bipolar better than monopolar for face? Yeah, when I use, that's the old machine. So now for radio frequency, I use the Tripolar stop machine. But with that old video, with the bigger machine, I used it on maximum. I've been using it for quite a long time. So if you're starting off, you could turn the setting quite low, but I did always use it on maximum. Apart from like under here, that's the only place where I turn it down and around my eyes. And the other question, do you recommend bipolar or monopolar for face? Well, you can't buy monopolar in a home use device. You can only get monopolar in a salon or a clinic. In the UK anyway, I haven't seen any on the market. So monopolar, they stick like a probe on your back and then they use the other probe on your face. You can't buy any machines like that. And really, monopolar goes deeper, but radio frequency is, you don't necessarily want to go right down to the muscle anyway. So bipolar is fine for your face. So yeah, you don't need to search out a monopolar machine. So Magnetic 1111 says, how often do you do this? And he's talking about the radio frequency as well. I also heard you shouldn't go over the thyroid. Yeah, never go over the thyroid, which is this section here, because this is all about your metabolism, your hormones, your sleep. You really don't want to mess this up. How often do I use it? You should use it once every 2 weeks. And Kevin Hanley says, I think the radio frequency is doing more on you than the microcurrent device. I disagree because they do different things. So radio frequency is tightening the skin. Microcurrent is lifting the muscles underneath. So you need to do both to get like a holistic anti-aging routine. You need to be looking at the muscles underneath and the skin on the surface. So next question is from George. I've been on NMN, that's the supplement, for 6 days now. Huge increase in energy and endurance, lifting heavy weights at the gym. I don't think 6 days is enough to give you an overall rounded impression or improvement. I would wait for 2 to 3 months when you're taking any supplement. It may be that is correct what you're saying, but I would give it a little bit longer. Next question. Snake oil sold here, and she's talking about the older carer radiofrequency device. If you have the device gently against your skin and then turn it on, I understand there won't be shocks. Each time you lift it off and then replace it on the skin, another shock. Shock? No, you shouldn't be getting any shocks. You shouldn't be getting electric shocks from any of the machines that I review. I would say there's a faulty wiring with the machine. I'd send it back and get a replacement or a refund. That machine does not shock you, doesn't give you any electric shocks. Matthew Ivan, wonder if I can do radio frequency on love handles. Well, I did that. I have a video review about fat loss and radio frequency, and I tried it on my belly, and my love handles didn't do much, and it's messy and it takes ages, so no. Next question, Matthew Irvin, have you had filler done? Yeah, a couple of years back I did filler on my temples, under my eyes and along my jawline, and it's worn off now anyway. Was okay. I wasn't mad about the result in the end, because I felt I didn't look like me. It was kind of, I felt like my face was too elongated, and but it's effective under your eyes. You know, if you've got hollowness under your eyes, it's effective. Next question from Kani Nguyen, and she's talking about micro needling. Are the thinner needles just as effective as the regular needles? Which Dr. Pen is best? M8, A6. Do any of these drag or micro tear the skin? I'm so confused. I got lost in the plethora of info that I ended up ordering a refrigerator instead. Yeah, I sometimes do that. You go online and you end up ordering something you didn't even want. Do you know what? I had micro needling done once, and there's a video about that, and the next day I'd look like I'd been in a boxing match for 10 rounds. My face was all bloody and red, and my neck. So I only did it once, and I wouldn't do it again because I don't want that downtime. So after I have any kind of treatment, I want to go back to living my life the next day. So I wouldn't do it again. So I'm not an expert on that, and I don't know. I'd probably ask a professional about what needles are best and which machine is best. Next question from Dragonbone 5000, and she's talking about my NMN supplement video. This sounds like an infomercial. Well, my reviews are basically, I'm reviewing a product and I am giving my view and showing you how to use it. I'm passing on information. So yeah, it's kind of like an infomercial, but they go on forever and they're really boring. So hopefully it's not like one of those cable TV infomercials, but thanks for the comment. Next question is it's written in Arabic and I can't really understand what it says, but your name, what is the difference between radiofrequency and HIFU machines, and which one is the best? HIFU is ultrasonic waves, and radiofrequency is radio frequency waves going into your skin. So they're two different technologies. HIFU, you can set the machine at different depths to go into the skin. So you can aim for the SMAS layer, and that's like the muscular layer that if you had a facelift, that's what they lift. So HIFU, you can go deeper and get that muscular layer underneath to give you a facelift. Radio frequency only works on the skin. It goes much on a superficial layer on the skin, so you can tighten the skin. So they do two different things, and you can use them together. Next question from Sonal Patel. Do you lose fat or volume on your face with radio frequency? When I use radio frequency, I avoid this area because this is where I get gaunt sometimes if I lose weight. So I don't do it over here. I can't say that I have lost fat, to be honest. And like I said, these home use devices, they're not that powerful. Now, next question from Weird Sock. awesome video. I'd just like to point out that the picture he's talking about the golden ratio video. I'd just like to point out that the picture you took of yourself looks very distorted due to the camera angle, and that distortion probably affected your measurements. No, I checked those images that they were a good likeness. Message from Charlie, and this is about the Tripolar machine. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. This was really helpful, this comment. So Charlie says ultrasound gel contains water. That's what I was using before, which is not suitable for tripolar. It may cause short circuit current on the skin and burn your skin. Best to use a tripolar gel, which is Anhydrous, contains no water. Yeah, so basically that's, yeah, I didn't know that. So the gel they provide with the machine doesn't contain water, so it would be better to use with the machine. So yeah, now I know that. And thank you very much for that comment. Next video from Android 10.0. Can you tell us the supplements you take? Yeah, I'll probably make a video about the supplements, but I basically take a green tea supplement, I take a carnosine supplement, I take NMN and TMG, and I take pterostilbene and hyaluronic acid. They're the supplements that I take. So I've got a video on supplements, and yeah, I will make a video where I go through all of them that I take. It sounds like quite a lot. I take about 7, and that is a lot, but you know, I'm reviewing this stuff for my channel, so I guess that would seem like a lot for a lot of people. Next question from Brad C. On your side view, you look as if you're in your early 30s. Yeah, maybe. Do you want me to just keep looking at the camera? Do you want me to do that? Would you feel better? Thanks for the comment anyway. So Skip Herndon says, I have a trimmed beard with radiofrequency. Would I have to shave to get results? Yeah, I mean, I don't think the radiofrequency is going to penetrate your beard so well. You'd be better to shave and then use it. So Fair McGee Hamilton Thompson says she's talking about the NMN supplement. The price of it, I'll stick with my Retin-A and SPF, thanks. Yeah, you know, some of these supplements are expensive, especially when you've got like the quality assurance, you know, and you know it's a quality product. You know, they're not cheap, but it's the same with all supplements. You know, you get what you pay for. Lady K says, I use NR supplement from Niagen. It really increases your strength in the gym and your immune system. Haven't tried NMN, though I have been thinking about it for a year, but then settled on NR because there are more human trials. Yeah, there's more studies that have been done on NR rather than NMN, but they both work in the same way, but they deliver the ingredient in a different way, but they're very similar. I've tried NR as well, and I know it does work. Kia Maria says, I'm wondering how your teeth have been while drinking distilled water. Do you find they stay just as healthy? I read a story somewhere online where a woman drank distilled water and her teeth turned grey, and when she stopped drinking it and remineralised her teeth, they turned back to a normal colour. So I made a video about water distillation and how that's much healthier for you. So when you use a water distiller, you take minerals out of the water. You take all the bad stuff like the toxins and the you know, the minerals and the hormones, but you also take out the calcium and magnesium. So here in the London area, it's very hard water. So when you boil your kettle, the lime scale is very evident. So you've got lots of that hardness in the water. So those hard minerals like the calcium and the magnesium, when you're drinking that, that's not necessarily going to do the same as taking a calcium supplement. That would be different from these big lumps that you've got in your water. So I don't think by distilling your water, you're going to get a massive deficiency in vitamins that's going to change the colour of your teeth. But the other thing is that I do add some Himalayan salt, and I've also got a mineral liquid from the Utah lake. It's like a salt thing that I put a couple of squirts into my 4-litre jug of distilled water to replace some of the minerals that have been taken out with the distillation. So there is another theory that when you distill water, your body cannot absorb it as easily. So you might be, your skin might be more dehydrated than if you drank normal water, which is why it's important to add electrolytes, which is salt, and those Himalayan salts to your water before you drink it. It's very interesting. Next question, Royal R. Can you do an update on HIFU? Yeah, I will do an update on that machine. Next question is USA ASMR, but for the fact, and this is about the Rio 60-second facelift machine I reviewed, but for the fact you were tensing your tongue and squinting your eye at the exact same time as it allegedly causes the spasms, I would have actually believed it worked. Okay, so this person doesn't believe that the machine works. Yeah, so what happens, you put it on your skin and it contracts the muscle. So sometimes certain areas like around your eye is a bit sensitive, when this contracts, so you would pull a face. I wasn't deliberately squinting and tensing my tongue. You don't need to. If you try that machine, you'll know what I mean. You don't need to act. Next question from AB. You should learn mewing, tongue posture. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I don't do that though. Next question. Lulu H. I don't believe anyone can safely rely on okay, this was the Tripolar radio frequency review, and she said, I don't believe you can rely on a £5 thermometer. Even £50 devices are notoriously unreliable. Sometimes they're many degrees out. Yeah, she says she's been using Tripolar and it was worth every penny. Yeah, I used a cheap thermometer, and it's true, it might be out, you're right, but also, as I mentioned, I was using Anhydrous, which is a water-based ultrasound gel instead of the official Tripolar gel, so that's probably why I didn't reach those temperatures in that video. Next question is Maria Cristina Leonardi. Please tell us what you eat in a day. So I'm pescatarian, so I eat so I have a sugar-free diet, a dairy-free diet. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? So I basically have like shredded wheat for breakfast with blueberries and strawberries or some kind of fruit added, and a protein shake. And then, I might have a sandwich at lunchtime with tuna, egg, something with protein. And I eat celery at lunchtime. I have a shaker of chia seeds. I have like a couple of handfuls of chia. And what else do I have? Dairy-free yogurt. I try and eat fruit. And then dinner, I might have something like tofu or corn or fish. I'm not a big cook, so I do buy quite a lot of frozen stuff and ready stuff. I eat spinach, and I've recently discovered that walnuts, avocado and chia are really high in omega-3, so I eat quite a lot of walnuts, nuts, seeds as well. Next question. Ninsters89. Go to a tattooist or beautician who does permanent makeup. They can do hair strokes or dots on the scars. Okay, so where I've got scars on my head, you can have like tattoos to hide those. Yeah, that's a good idea. Next question from Lorraine. Tell us about your interest in anti-aging came about. Also, how does your family / partner react when you do these treatments? Mine thinks I'm weird and it's a turn off for him, haha. So my interest in anti-aging just came about through health in general and wanting to be healthy and look good as I age. How does your family partner react when you do these treatments? My family don't really care. I mean, sometimes, when I started looking into this, my mum wanted to try some of these treatments as well, but now she's not really that bothered. What does my partner think? I don't have a partner for the last year and a bit, so I can pretty much do whatever I want, but I am aware that, you know, this could turn someone off. You know, I did meet someone a few years back when my channel had just started, and I was really excited about talking to my channel to strangers, and we were getting on really well. But when they saw the channel, I just got a message saying, oh, I didn't realise you're so vain, and then I was blocked. So I'm wary about telling people about my channel, you know, if I don't know them, because I think people take it in the wrong way. And I can completely understand how if you look at my channel and you see me talking about skincare, you would think that I'm vain. I can completely get that, but I'm the least vain person you can imagine. I'm too lazy to be vain, and unless I'm making a video, I don't even shave. I'm always in tracksuit bottoms, always in a t-shirt. I never dress up. So yeah, I like skincare, but I'm not vain, and I know that this channel can give people a misleading impression of me, because you're not really seeing anything about me. You're just seeing like a 10-minute video about me talking about product. That's not actually me, and that's 10 minutes of my day. It's not like that's representing my life at all. Next question, Thankyou Punte. For me, you don't look so young. Okay, that's fine. I'm not trying to convince you to think any one way or the other, and whatever people think, it doesn't affect me that much. So I'm just trying to give out information. Zena Carr, do you think that using the gel provided by the Tripolar machine is more effective for the treatment? As most of these devices conduct their efficacy studies based on their gels, could you do a comparison using their own gel? Yeah, this has come up a few times, and I'll say again, you know, use the gel that comes with the Tripolar, because it doesn't have water, and that works with the machine. So yeah. Next question, Inspiring Videos says, any treatment for vitiligo patches? Vitiligo patches. I don't know what that is, I'm afraid, sorry. Renee says, do you know if Botox or fillers can help with laxity on the neck and sagging on the platysma bands under my chin? Well, Botox freezes muscles. I think you can have Botox on your neck. I've never had it done. And filler adds volume, or it just improves the skin quality. So I don't think either of those are going to be good for what you're talking about. You could try radiofrequency, because that tightens the skin. So if you're talking about sagging skin, you could try HIFU, because that goes deeper. So HIFU might be a good thing for around here. What else? You could also try threads, where they literally put a thread in and they could lift this up. Yeah, or speak to your professional clinician or doctor. Next question, Wilma Burr, Gooch Rockstar. Over from my right eye on the cheekbone is puffy in places. What can help? That could be lymphatic, your lymphatic system. You may need to just do some drainage massage. So we get all this like puffiness when the lymph fluid is not, you know, circulating. So you can just really gently just move outwards like this. You can make little circular motions, just go out like this. Same round here, and you basically go across like this. You start on your forehead, you go around your eyes, outwards, then you go down. So you go out, down, out, down, out, down. You can Google lymphatic drainage massage. Might be something else. I'm not a doctor, I can't give medical advice. Next question from Jan Mack. You look 43. Yeah, still two years younger than my age. That's fine. Like I said, I'm not trying to, you know, convince anyone of anything. Next question from Addie Smith. Do you think the Nera is worth buying, and also the New Face? Also, would you use it with filler and Botox? I don't know what the Nera is. The New Face is definitely worth buying. I would get the one with the eye attachment. That's been amazing for me. The New Face, I definitely advise. Would you use it with filler and Botox? Yeah, you can do. The New Face doesn't affect if you have filler, but with Botox, it would shorten the life of Botox, because it's kind of putting a current into the muscle to kind of bring it to life. So if you've frozen it, you're kind of doing the opposite of what you want to do. Next question from Laurie. Do you have any tips for extremely dry under eyes? Not really. I mean, like I said, I just use my normal moisturizer under eyes, and it may be like a sign of some medical problem if it's really dry under here. It might be eczema or something, so maybe check that with your doctor. Dr. Glass says, do you use any treatments for hair loss? I don't know. I don't. Levi Sinner says, what's the most effective way to even out skin tone? I'm not really an expert in that. I can't really give you a answer, I'm afraid. And then Levi Sinner says again, does daily sunscreen use reverse sun damage stroke hyperpigmentation, or does it just prevent sun damage? Well, yeah, sunscreen is only stopping sun getting through to your skin, so it's preventing sun damage, but it's not going to do anything for any issues that are already there. It's just protecting your skin. But again, you need to speak to a doctor about that. I don't know about hyperpigmentation. Joy Mahana says, I have so many questions. Number one, which is better, HIFU or the Malay? So Malay is a radio frequency device. So again, I covered this already, the difference between HIFU and radio frequency. So yeah, I've done that. Also, can I use LED at night after Retin-A? Retin-A is like a retinol. Yeah, I mean, when you have an LED red light machine, it's not heat, it's not doing anything, it's just putting that visible red light into your skin. So you can use it before or after your skincare, it doesn't make any difference. I do both. Yukon says, your opinion on supplements like psychogenol, pine bark extract, tremella mushrooms, ginseng, silica, silicone, any others you come across that haven't previously been mentioned. Yeah, I don't know anything about those. I can't really give my opinion on those. I've got a video on building collagen about supplements. You know, that's the jury's out whether you can actually get collagen in your skin by taking a supplement, but you could check out that video. Plautus Eagle says about my Stop Sugar Aging You video, what about honey? Well, honey is still sugar. So honey is a natural form of sugar, but it's still going to age your skin, it's going to rot your teeth, it's going to do and make you fat. Yeah, there's 3 different sources of sugar. Some of them are natural, some of them come from a supermarket, but they're all going to have the same effects on your body. So switching your refined sugar for a spoonful of honey is not going to change anything. Next question, Ben Wright. Don't any straight men care about their looks? I do, but it just seems every guy's tutorial seems to be gay, which is just fine. Wish it didn't make me feel a bit gay for caring about my skin. I don't think you can generalise. I think you've got gay men who look awful and don't use good skincare, and you've got straight men that have great skincare, and you know, I don't think you can generalise. There's a HH, thank you. Can you make a video on a Scarpic acid? Don't know what that is, I'm afraid. So Shay Mayer says, what is a sugar substitute you suggest if you're gluten-free? What do you think about raisins? Yeah, so this is a sugar-free thing. So raisins are really concentrated. Like when you have any dried fruit, if you think about the fruit in an apple and then they make apple juice of it, or a dried apple, you're concentrating and you're kind of getting more sugar than you think you are. So raisins are full of sugar. Yeah, I mean, the sugar substitute in that video that I recommended was xylitol, and that's fine for vegans and vegetarians and also for gluten-free people. So check the ingredients, but I think it's fine. So a message from Jay Snow. How long did it take you to see results with your LED red light machine? I got mine 5 days ago. I've been using it twice a day for 10 minutes. I think you have to give it a couple of weeks. You're not going to see it like in a few days. no, not a couple of weeks, couple of months at least before you see that coming through. It takes time, all these things, but you will see it, and it's subtle, you know, because you're looking at your face every day in the mirror. You're not necessarily going to notice how it's improving if you're looking at your face all the time, but if you take some before and after images, you'll definitely see red light does make your skin look more refined and it gives you a glow. Next question is Chrissy Dunn. I wish you would have talked about after skincare procedures with the microneedling. Yeah, so after you have microneedling and you've got these little holes in, these tiny little holes in your skin, it means your skin is kind of, it can absorb and it's more receptive to any product you want to put on it, you know, whatever product. So again, I only had that done once and I wouldn't do it again because of the downtime and the redness afterwards. So I'm not the best person to ask about that. So Dore says, what USA radio frequency machine would you recommend for sagging face, marionette lines or hooded eyes for 67-year-olds? I know you can't get the Carer radio frequency machine in the USA, but you can get the Tripolar one. So definitely Tripolar stop, use that one. From David, I can't read it, sorry. The question is, have you had the COVID vaccine? No, I'm not personally going to touch it. I'm not giving anyone advice. You do whatever you're comfortable with, but you know, it's not that I'm anti. Oh, that was thunder. It's not that I'm anti-vax, but you know, if I go on holiday and I need to take a typhoid vaccine or a yellow fever vaccine to visit a certain country, I'll definitely do it. But with my lifestyle, the way that I live, I'm so super healthy. I drink distilled water, I take supplements, you know, I protect my skin from the sun, I exercise. It doesn't make sense that I have an experimental vaccine put into my body. So for me, that's why I don't want to do it. So when this safety study is done at the end of 2023 and we have the safety data for these vaccines, then sure, I can make an informed decision, but I don't want to be part of the trial up until that date. So for me, no. And I also think it's more political now. I think it's moved away from healthcare, it's moved to politics, and I think there's too many people with money to gain because of this pandemic situation. And I think there's so much corruption in the UK government with, you know, ministers making up companies and giving contracts to their wife and all this dodgy stuff. I think it's all gone, it's about money making now. So yeah, that's my personal thing. Teta Mo says, I'm waiting for your review about Time Master Pro. I really want to know more about it. Yeah, I don't know whether you can get that in the UK. I'll check it out. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the Instagram questions. So Tainzana says, which supplements do you recommend for anti-aging? I take Q10 and plant-based omega-3. Yeah, so with omega, I was gonna buy some omega-3 and 9 supplements, but then I looked at my diet and I realised I'm already getting it through walnuts and avocados and chia. So rather than taking another pill in the morning, I'm trying to get some nutrients through my diet naturally. So yeah, for omega-3, I'd say just look at tuna fish, look at natural things you can eat without taking supplements. Q10, I don't know that much about Q10. I've heard of it and I definitely am going to look into it, but I can't really advise about Q10. And then the same person asked another question, which electronic anti-aging device is the best in your opinion? I use the New Face and I like it, but I can't see much difference. I'm 28 and don't have wrinkles yet. Like I said, there's different devices for different issues. So 28, you're too young for HIFU, so just stick with the New Face and it's going to just keep everything, stop gravity pulling everything down basically. But don't worry too much at 28. If you don't have wrinkles, just protect your skin from the sun, maximum SPF, and live your life. Lagrimas de Unicorno 1000 says, it would be interesting if you upload a photo of yourself when you're 20 or 25 so we can see the difference. Right now you look much more than 10 years younger. Thank you. If you look at my video, which is about advice to my younger self, on the thumbnail of that video there's an image of me when I was 21, so you can definitely see what I looked like when I was younger if you want to. Next question is, have you tried vitamin K2? I haven't. I've heard of it. I haven't tried it. Oh, and that was from Chris Globetrotter. Then Ren Point Dex says, what are your thoughts on intermittent fasting and autophagy for longevity and anti-aging? Intermittent fasting is what David Sinclair, who's a scientist behind a lot of this anti-aging cutting edge science, recommends. So to keep your DNA healthy and to keep your body in a youthful state, he recommends that you would skip breakfast a couple of times a week or skip lunch now and then. So I can't personally say that I skip meals because I like my food. But if you take resveratrol, that has a fasting effect. It's a fasting mimic effect. So yeah, but yeah, I think it's a good idea to try. Okay, next question from David Palasek. How often radiofrequency skin tightening may be used on the abdomen and hips? How often, and what is the best procedure and the break in between? If you want to lose fat on your belly or your hips or anything like that, using a home radiofrequency device, I don't think it's going to do that much. I think you'd be better to go to a salon. You can have fat freezing. You can have like an ultrasound treatment for fat loss. But radiofrequency, I don't think it's made for fat loss. Like, fat loss is one of the consequences that can happen. But home devices, they're not that powerful. And I think, like, how often you should do it and stuff, I don't know. You need to ask like someone who works in a clinic, I think, to do that. Okay, yeah, so they're all the questions. So this video has nearly been 1 hour long, so I think I've covered everyone's questions. So yeah, thank you very much for posting your questions. I hope this has answered everything and helped you, and I hope you're not asleep because this is quite a long video. But yeah, if you've got any comments or you want to say anything, please put them below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.